Hi everyone, and welcome inside Citrus TV studios for the special web edition of Cuse Countdown. I'm Gabriella Rusk alongside Kevin Ryans and Stephen Konowitz. Guys, we've got the second ACC road game for Syracuse versus Clemson. Are they ready for the ACC country?
Well, I think that they are ready as long as they can execute the game plan that they've worked on all week. This is not the same team as it was last year with Taj Boyd and Sammy Watkins, the Clemson team. So I think Syracuse may have a chance to win this one.
I like that you brought up that point about the offense. Yeah, those two players aren't here. Cole Stout is here. Clemson has done a great job retooling its offense and making sure that it's not missing a beat. So it'll be interesting how this Syracuse team plays against this new Clemson team.
And the Clemson team is new and hurting. We have several injuries for the Clemson team. We've got the quarterback, Deshaun Watson. He's out indefinitely with a finger injury. There's also Sharon Peak. He's the wide receiver. He's questionable for Saturday, but overall, this Clemson team is definitely hurting.
Yeah, Cole Stout is going to have to come in and play for Deshaun Watson, and he's a very efficient passer, so that Syracuse secondary needs to make sure that they are alert for this game.
And without Dye and Peak, that's definitely going to be a challenge for Stout, how he'll be able to carry the offense.
But we know that Clemson isn't the only one suffering injuries. Syracuse offense and defense is suffering some injuries too.
Yeah, they are suffering a lot of injuries, especially to their starting quarterback, Terrell Hunt, which was a big one a couple of weeks ago, and then obviously their offensive guard, Ivan Foye, Stephen.
And also the wide receivers, Ashton Broyle and Brisley Esteem. That's hurting the offense too. Luckily, Steve Ishmael has stepped up for the Syracuse offense and has helped his fellow freshman A.J. Long. It'll be interesting how Long and the rest of the SU offense can do against the Clemson defense.
Yeah, I think that rapport that they're getting with each other has been fantastic.
Yeah, so going off of that, of the healthy players, who do you think are going to be the XFactors for this game?
Well, my XFactors, Gabriella, is not a player but a play. The play action pass. Hey, look, Syracuse has run very efficiently this year, over 200, almost 200 yards per game, and the Clemson players are going to want to contain that run. So they're going to want to play up, which means that whole secondary is going to be maybe wide open for Syracuse to use.
And I like how you brought up the offense. I'm going to go on the opposite side of the ball, defense. I think it's Syracuse's ability to create turnovers, not just create turnovers, but convert them into points. They did a good job against that last week against the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Clemson is a way tougher team than Wake Forest. Syracuse is going to have to focus on this factor of play if they want to have a good chance of beating the Tigers.
Well, we'll have to see if those X Factors make a difference on Saturday in Death Valley, but what are the predictions you guys have got for the game?
I'm going to go 28-17 Clemson. I don't think Cuse is going to pull out. They're going to be competitive, but in the long run, I think the defense for Clemson is going to be too much for freshman A.J. Long. He might make some mistakes that he hasn't made yet this year. So Clemson is going to probably win this game. What do you think?
I agree with you. My score is actually fairly similar. I have the Tigers winning 33-17. Dobler Sweeney is just a flat-out better coach than Scott Schaefer at this point in both of their respective careers. Also, Syracuse playing in Death Valley, that's going to be a huge factor. This Syracuse team has not played there in their first 2 years in the ACC. That's going to be a huge portion of how Syracuse handles playing down there in Clemson.
Well, we'll have to see which team with the color orange comes out on top. That's all the show we got for you tonight, guys. For Kevin and Steven, I'm Gabriella Rusk. Enjoy the game.